Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to be showing you guys how to make these beautiful French curls spending less than $5. And if you're new on my channel, you're welcome. My name is Adunni. If you find this video helpful, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Now let's get straight into the video. So I'm using this extension from Lush, and this is their biggest size. So I'm removing one part of it and I'm reserving the other part to make the French curls. So what I did was to unravel the extension and make sure that it's as tangle free as possible, and I think this particular brand do a good job in making good extensions. So it's actually a very perfect selection if you're thinking of making these French curls, or you can use any other extension that you're comfortable with. So I'm just gradually unraveling the extension and doing my possible best to avoid any tangle or any knots along the line. So I went ahead to cut the extension into two equal parts because I'm trying to achieve a long length of French curls, and you know, when you coil extension out, the length kind of reduce. So what I did was cut this into two, and I went ahead to pick one side of it on camera. And you want to make sure that when you're picking it very lightly. You're not using too much of force, because you really do not need so much of length from the picking. You just make sure that you're picking it just to make sure that the end of the French curls is not blunt. So that is why the picking is very minimal. As you guys can see what I am doing, just very minimal. Don't do anything that would give you stress, so that when you're trying to comb out your extension, it doesn't lead to it getting tangled or you just wasting too much of extension, if you get what I mean. So just keep watching to see how I carefully picked out this extension. I also did the same to the other bundle, the other half that I cut. So just the same way, I pulled it out gently to avoid any crease or any tangle or any knots. So after picking out both sides of the extension, I went ahead to comb it out, and as you guys can see, it's looking so smooth. This is what you want to make sure that you have achieved after picking out your extension. This smooth looking extension is what you want to make sure, because it's going to affect whatever result you have with your French curl. So I went ahead to use a rubber band, or you can use anything you have to just hold it in between and make sure that the length is equal. So I'm using this just to make sure that it's even, and I can hold it when I want to put it in my next step. So I just made sure that I made sure that it was both smoothened out before going ahead to the next step of this process. So given the fact that the method we are not using the flat iron, you're going to need a bowl and you're going to need wave-on oil. So I use this wave-on oil for petals. Honestly, it's just my go-to. You can use any one that you have. And I made sure I put my hot water in the black bowl, as you guys can see, with the oil. So this is actually just to give your extension a silky look and to make it like lightweight. So you can do this, or you can actually go ahead to use your flat iron. I find this more comfortable because flat iron is hot iron and you can't really play around with that too much, because this extension is synthetic. So it's more comfortable for me to use hot water. If you want me to try out the flat iron method in another video, please do let me know. I will do that for you guys. So after putting it in the hot water, you want to make sure that it saturates all around the whole extension. Then I left this to actually dry for about 2 hours. I didn't use hand dryer, so after it's drying, it might look a little bit frizzy, which is actually okay. All you need to do is just to comb it out and make it look smooth. So after combing it out, I went ahead to go get a pipe, which I actually had earlier, so and wrap it around this pipe. So at this stage you want to be very careful. You don't want to rush anything, because if you do not wrap it around carefully at this stage, it will definitely affect your outcome, which you do not want. So you have to make sure that you wrap it around very carefully. If you don't get it the first time, which I didn't, you can go ahead to try the second time, the third time, and just to make sure that you have done it perfectly and you're satisfied with whatever you have done. And you want to wrap both sides differently on the pipe. So you can just keep watching to see how I achieved mine. So after wrapping again, I left it on the pipe and add my hot water in a bigger bowl, a bigger bucket. So I add the same wave-on oil, and the wave-on oil is just to give it shine and prevent it from getting frizzy. I also went ahead to add a little bit of this Mega Growth Leave-In Conditioner, also to give it shine and to prevent it from getting tangled. So you can go ahead and use whatever product you have, as this is what I have and this is what I'm using at this very time. So whatever product you have that you think would give you similar results as to what we are working towards, which is fine. So this is the other part of the extension. I rolled this on a shorter pipe, but it will still give the same result. Also, you can decide to get any shape or any size of pipe that you have. It's just the bigger the pipe you use, the bigger the coils you will achieve, and the smaller the pipe you use, the smaller the coil you will achieve. So I left this to dry overnight till the next day, and at the next day it was fully dried. I didn't use any artificial, I didn't use a hand dryer to dry it, so I just left it to dry itself, and I carefully pulled it out from the pipe the next day, and this is what it is looking like. We haven't even spent $5 to make this, and you can imagine how much other brands sell it. So this is something you can achieve, and I'll be trying out this in my next tutorials. I'll be showing you guys the result of what I use this for in my next tutorial. Please, if you find this video helpful, click the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and definitely come back for another video. Bye, and I'll see you in my next one. Oh, also do not forget to click in the to leave your comments in the comments section. If there's any question you have, please feel free to ask me, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you.